Thanks for the support as a channel member, Ollie Gunnatham. Well, folks, yesterday's transfer special was exactly that. It was a bit special. I am so excited about this team we put together at Bourne now that I can only assume we're going to get relegated or I'm going to get sacked or something. There's got to be a twist. That summer went too well, and now we play our first 2 games of the new Premier League season. Hello and welcome to part 129 of Bourne Again. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first 2 games of the new Premier League season. We're at home against Manchester City and away against Chelsea. It doesn't get much more difficult than that. What I didn't check in the transfer special yesterday, why haven't we had the ground upgrade that was supposed to be done by the end of July? What's gone on there then? How do we find the board? How do we find the board? Staff? No. There used to be away... Club Vision, it's in here, isn't it? We're supposed to be expanding the stadium. Completion, 30th of July 2037. Well, that date has been and gone. You say it's completed, but the ground is no bigger than it was before. I don't think. I need to go and check. What would have been a massive home attendance last year? A big Champions League game. So against Lyon, we had 16,398. So the ground has supposedly been... expanded, but it's exactly the same size and it cost us 2 million quid. I don't know what's happened there. The save file is falling apart. We saw the shenanigans with substitutions yesterday. Now we've got those shenanigans. we need to win everything and wrap this series up quickly before it just completely disintegrates in front of us. We should be okay. I hope we should be okay today. Our team for the first day of the season is unchanged from the team that faced Manchester City just a week before at Wembley, because we gave them a good go at Wembley. If it hadn't been for a defensive mistake, we'd have beaten them. So fingers crossed, bringing them back to milking nook and hopefully ironing out those mistakes, we should be better placed to hold on and actually secure the victory this time. So it's Mazzinho in goal, a back four of Gilarducci, Da Silva, Diaz and Arango, Samiento and Steinman in midfield, Ricardo, Ariel and Cernajacki supporting Gomez up front. Let's get into the game and let's hopefully send a message to the rest of the Premier League, because I feel like we're being a little bit overlooked because we didn't have any players list. There's no players who are bookies' favourites for top goal scorer, player of the year, young player of the year. The media think we're going to finish 10th. We've got nobody in the Dream 11. But I look at our team and I look at the records of people like Gomez and Cernajacki and then Steinman coming in, who was one of the top 3 big transfers of the season, of the pre-season, that was on the end of the transfer window thing. He was one of the 3 that's on there. It's one of the big deals. And I feel like we're being overlooked a little bit, which might just play into our hands, because last year, I think coming off the back of a second place finish and Champions League qualification, I think everybody took us seriously for the first time and we struggled. Hopefully, if they're now overlooking us again, we can slot back into our underdog role that we played so well the year before when we had those 14 consecutive Premier League wins, and maybe do a similar job again. This squad is good enough to compete in both the Premier League and in Europe. The fact that we're not in Europe means we should be really strongly placed to compete in the Premier League. And we've got to be, without Europe to distract us, we've got to be looking for a domestic cup and Champions League qualification. No matter what the board say, and no matter what I've said to the board, we've got to be looking at Champions League qualification this year, because it's the only way we keep our star players. 0-0 at half-time. It's been a fairly even game. City have edged possession a little bit. But let's assertively say we want to avenge what happened last time, because we do. I mean, City are defending champions. A draw here is absolutely fine, but doesn't really send that message that, well, remember when we said I wanted to send a message? 0-0 at home doesn't send a message no matter who you're playing. So let's go grab a goal or 2 in this second half. Gilarducci plays it all the way back to Mazzinho. This is a weird highlight. I guess it's ending in a goal for somebody. I just hope it's us. Ariel plays it out to Ricardo on this left-hand side. He's got Gilarducci on the overlap. There he is, and it's a lovely little through ball back to Ricardo, who skips past his man. Gilarducci finds Gomez, back to Gilarducci again, and he fires it wide. And I find myself questioning why Gomez hasn't stuck that in the back of the net himself. If that boy's starting to get confidence issues, then I don't know what to do. He's been the Premier League's top scorer 3 years in a row. If anybody's going to back themselves to score a chance like that, it's going to be Christian Gomez. And instead he played the former City man in. Cernajacki dancing through the City defenders, finds Gomez. Steinman playing Cernajacki back in, who's got Arango there to support him. Decides not to use him, looking for Ariel, but it doesn't get all the way there. But Steinman chases back, doesn't actually get there. His former Man City teammate beats him to the ball, and City now have a chance of a counter-attack of their own. We need to get a tackle in here from anybody. Ricardo's been dragged a long way out of position there, but does brilliantly. And Cernajacki plays it over the top to Gomez. How many times have we seen this goal before? And there it is. Once again, it's been a long time since we've seen the Cernajacki ball over the top for Gomez to chase. Goodness me. That feels like home to me. That's a beautiful thing to see. And there we go. Gomez is always going to look better with Cernajacki in the team, doing that for him. It's Bourne 1, Manchester City 0, half an hour of the game remaining, and we're good value for our lead. I don't think this is a mugging. I think we're doing quite well here. Ariel's not having the best of games, so that to me is an opportunity to get Lee Cook on, move Ricardo into the middle. Cook can then become a winger, and it gives me the opportunity to make Gilarducci an inverted wing back, which we talked about in yesterday's episode, about how now this 5 that kind of forms here will be, I think, Cook, Gilarducci, Ricardo, Cernajacki, Arango when we're going forward, and Sarmiento's going to drop back to cover in here with Steinman charging up and down as the box-to-box midfielder. That's the plan. In fact, Sarmiento can come off and we'll really commit to our plan by telling Mira to just get involved there and help the defenders out where needed. So, 20 minutes to go. Can we hold on? Long throw. Diaz to take. And it wasn't a very good one, but Ricardo picks up the scraps from it and he's dancing around in the penalty area. There's nobody there because he's the man who would have been in there, getting on the end of that cross coming in off the left wing. In fact, he wouldn't be. Cook's just come on. Where was Cook? There. It was perfectly placed. And there's Mira doing a crunching Mira tackle, but actually gives the ball away. And they're in here, and Mazzinho with a very, very good save to keep us at 1-0. Mazzinho, whose place is going to be under threat in the team this year because he's got, I can't remember the new Brazilian guy's name. It's Bequito or something like that. But we've got 2 very good Brazilian goalkeepers. Now, Cernajacki does well to intercept. Baquita is his name. Right. 10 minutes to go. I'm always, the temptation is always going to be there to take Cernajacki off. Now that we know he's injury prone in 2 different parts of his kicking leg. We've got Bellico there. I think Bellico's going to play a lot of games this year. I think that's offside, isn't it? Oh no, has it been given? That all seemed to stop as if it was offside, but it's been given. And Bellico has scored his first goal of the season. It's a lovely little run from Bellico. Beats the offside trap. And it's 2-0 to Bourne. Well. De Silva, I don't know why De Silva was taking that throw. He's copying Diaz on the other side. De Silva sprays it out looking for Bellico. He's got Arango on the overlap, decides not to use him, but then cuts it back to him after all. And Arango has got Bellico in space, but decides to cross. Do those two not like each other or something? Steinman to Bellico again. And he's scored again. And in the most ridiculously unlikely scoreline ever, it's Bourne Town 3, defending Premier League champions Manchester City 0. And Pedro Bellico is showing us what would have happened last year if he hadn't got injured at the same time as Cernajacki, because obviously he would have had a 6-month run in the team last year, and we might have been offering Cernajacki out by now if Bellico was as good as he looks. They've been 2 very, very good finishes. I've mentioned before the suggested squad that you get in your inbox before matches, ever since Bellico arrived, has said Bellico should be our starting striker, and I've never done it because as far as I'm concerned, he's our backup right winger. But clearly he's a decent finisher. Gomez does brilliantly there, though, and plays Ricardo in, and we're on for 4 here. There was men over in the middle. Ricardo's been a little bit selfish, which I'll let him do. 88 minutes in, when we're 3-0 up, he can be a little selfish, but he did have a couple of men in the middle who he could have rolled that back to for us to grab a 4th. But 3-0 against Manchester City on the first day of the season, that'll do. That will absolutely do. We said we wanted to send a message to the Premier League. Message sent. Well, as much as my assistant manager wants me to play Bellico up front, no changes for the Chelsea game because I don't know if you remember, we won 3-0. Now, I know Bellico came off the bench and scored 2 goals in that game, but he's going to be on the bench again today. So he's got the option to come and do that again. So let's use him as a super sub. If Cernajacki is injury prone, this might be the perfect way to manage Cernajacki. He only ever plays 60 or 70 minutes and we don't ever tire him down too much. And we rotate him regularly. He doesn't play midweek games. He doesn't play Carabao Cup, and we use him sparingly and have him tearing teams up when it really matters. And we've got the perfect, certainly at the moment, Bellico's 29, so it's not going to be a solution forever. But at the moment, we've got the perfect player to bring on for him when we need to do that. So let's try and keep them both fit this year. Hey, Gomez is in here after the ball through from Ricardo. Gomez does well, looks for Cernajacki, finds him, but it's the crossbar for Cernajacki, who ends up retrieving the ball, gives it to Arango. Steinman's there, and I thought he was sticking that into the back of the net. We've had 2 good chances in the first 60 seconds of this game. We're up for it this season. We are not happy with how last season ended. Giladucci with a big long throw. It was bobbled around in the area, but eventually the Chelsea keeper gets a hold of it. I am going to be making notes, I think, of when we actually score from a long throw again. And I've seen us give away a couple of goals from long throws since I last saw us score one. So if the next time there's a goal coming from one, it's for the opposition rather than us, I think I'll officially give up on long throws. Certainly in their current form, I'm not sure they're working. Cernajacki, flick on for Gomez, and Gomez does really well to come away with the ball. He's completely on his own, but skips past his man, but it's a good save from the Chelsea goalkeeper, and it goes away for a corner, which should be Cernajacki to take, looking for that big in-swinger that we know he hits so well, looking for... It should have been De Silva, but it's Gomez lurking on the far post. Gomez has started this season like he means business as well. I like it. I love the fact that everybody is up for this. It's lovely to see. It's nice, positive stuff. 26 minutes in, and it looks like we're attacking again. Have we got a free kick here on the edge of the area? Is this going to be Cernajacki to take? It is. Cernajacki shoots and scores. And he's gone off doing the chicken dance. There's your first goal of the season for Mitar Cernajacki. What a joy it is to have that man back in the team. And as of right now, we are top of the Premier League. Long may it continue. Lovely stuff. Cernajacki, what a player he is. Now we take him off to protect him. If his fitness drops below 75%, get him off. He's only 22. We've got to at least try and keep him at the top of his game till he's 28, 29. I don't think he's going to be playing into his mid-30s with these injury problems. But I see they've got one who can do it. So how is that his 6th goal of the season already? I mean, it's the 2nd game of the season. We were in the Community Shields. They didn't play in that. They must have been doing European qualifying or something, surely. Unless he scored 5 goals on the first day. But I find that hard to believe because Chelsea lost on the first day. So unless they conceded 6 and that fella scored 5, I think they've snuck in some extra games somewhere, the rascals. They're knocking the ball around quite nicely here. We need to get this clear. Diaz doesn't really do that, although he does it the second time I've asked him. And there's Gomez again, full of running today, down this left-hand side. He's got plenty of options in the middle, skips past his man. Gomez has looked amazing today. This is fantastic from Gomez, but he should be squaring that to one of the players in the middle. But I think he just wants to show... He heard me say he's better with Cernajacki in the team, and I know Cernajacki's in the team, obviously. He wants to show it's not just about Cernajacki. He's a good player in his own right. Right, second half. Chelsea with the big free kick, but Mazzinho is there to get a hold of it and hopefully get a counter-attack going. He finds Cernajacki, who plays the ball through to Gomez. We saw how deadly that is in the first game. It wasn't quite as good a ball, and he wasn't quite in as good a position this time, but that Cernajacki to Gomez pass is so lethal. I love it. I love it. It's wonderful. We're not going to be able to make the Lee Cook substitution today because unfortunately he's picked up another injury again. So we've got Nixon Burke on the bench today who, although we signed him as our wonder kid centre-back, can also play in central midfield, but doesn't really give us an option to bring on this left-hand side. So I think what we're probably going to do, we might bring Gervin on to play there. We're certainly going to take Cernajacki off to protect him. And I think we'll bring Gervin on to play there. And we'll do that as we look to grab another goal. Let's have 10 minutes of passion, please, as we look to grab a victory. Bellico, hopefully, going to be as dangerous as he was in the Manchester City game. We don't really have another attacking player. I mean, we've all seen Christian Gomez have a good game. Don't read anything into that 6.5 you're seeing there. I think as my final change, I might take off Sarmiento again, bring Mira on. I don't know why it defaults him to support. I do, because it's his player instruction. I need to change that. And we don't have a playmaker in there at the moment, so what we could probably do is tell Ariel to do that and just see if that creates a few more chances a little bit further forward, maybe, if we ask them to get creative as well and hopefully find a way to grab a late winner. Although, to be fair, if you'd have offered me 4 points from these first 2 games, absolutely taking that. A home win, an away draw, and it's 2 of the best teams in the division. That, to me, says we're going to be a force to be reckoned with this season, and I'm very excited to see how the rest of the season is going to go. Because we don't have the Champions League this year, we're going to be able to move through the season a little bit quicker as well. So we'll probably come back somewhere in October after we've played 4, 5, 6 games and see how we're getting on. And that will, of course, be on tomorrow's video. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.